Hey YouTubers and unicorns. Right, on this pellet heater here, I've got to clean the insides out because that glass is very dirty, and that's after one burn. 8 hours or something, so it's really dirty. I'm going to give it a clean on the inside. First up, I'm going to take off the side panel here, that's the screw, to get access to the ports. Alright, that's that side panel off. And that means I can get into that port here and clean the exhaust fan. So I'll take off some more bits and pieces. So just opening up the top part, and there was 4 hex screws on this heater, and that allowed me to take off a top plate, and then underneath that is another plate, and that's, you can see now that we're actually getting in sort of closer to the burn box and all the heat exchangers on the inside. So I'll take this plate off in a minute and keep opening up. So that's with the top off, and you see we've got this other plate here with 4 screws in it holding it in place. So that little plate there is off, and now we've got another cover with a screw on either side, and then up the back here you can see there's a clean out or an inspection port, and that's for the heat exchanger to clean on the inside. So I'll take those off now. Okay, so those plates are all off, and what you've got here is this here is where the hot air comes out in heating the room. So there's a fan, you can see there's a blower fan down the bottom here that sucks air in, and it goes up this way, gets heated, and comes out into the room through here. So you might want to clean that out. I'm not going to worry, because it's pretty clean. But in here, this is where you can probably see a bit of ash there near the top. That's part of the exhaust, so air will blow up through there, carrying ash and other junk with it. So at some point, I'll have to give that a clean out as well. But we continue. Okay, so I took that side exhaust port off, plate, and it's a bit hard to see, but it's probably like 40% full of ash. So yeah, that definitely needs a clean out, so I'm going to vacuum that out now. Okay, so I've given it a good clean out. Best that I could do better, but I think you can see that's much better than what it was before. You can actually see the inside of the box now. And what I use is I bought a little adapter off eBay that just goes onto this vacuum hose here, and you got like this little mini hose like this, so then it makes it really easy sort of to get in there and get all the little nooks and crannies out. So next thing I'm going to do is take off this exhaust fan. Okay, so I got that exhaust fan off, and hopefully you can see in the top of the chamber up there, it's actually not too dirty. Like all the ash was stuck down the bottom there, which we've cleaned out, and up the top there is fairly clean, so I'll vacuum that out in a second. There's the fan that's come out of it, so I've unplugged it obviously, and it's actually not too dirty considering how much the ash was in the bottom. But that rubber gasket around the side, I will pull that off and replace it with a new one that I've got here, and then I'll put it back on. Okay, so I have put the side port there on. Sorry about dust in front of the camera. But side port and the fan are back on, and up here, sort of the heat exchange area, I have cleaned out. Obviously not all, but I've given it a good cleaning down there. And to do that, I use an air gun like this, if I can focus, and that's got like a 30 centimeter sort of extension on it, and that just goes down in there. Give it a good dusting, but obviously you can use anything. You've got those cleaning wand rod things on a stick that you can poke down in that little hole and just clean it out. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to clean out is in the Firebox here, these little plates at the back. I've got some hex screws holding them in. So I'm going to take them out, remove those plates and just give it a vacuum behind it. Do I have to? Probably not, but I might as well since I'm here. And then obviously once that's done, I'll clean this lovely glass. So that's with the plates in the back of the burn box taken out. The other thing you'll want to clean is these little air ports or air vents that takes the exhaust out of the burn box. There's another one over there, I probably can't get it for you, sorry. But you'll find them usually at the top, and those ones were very dirty but are now clean. But I'll put those plates back in and then clean the front door. Okay, so plates are back on. I'll clean the glass on the door. Flashlight's off so it doesn't look as bright, but hopefully you can see that glass door is clean. Now the other thing I'll do before I put the sides back on is this little vacuum tube over there. Just disconnect it completely, so pull that plastic tube off and just blow through it to make sure it's clean. I'm pretty sure it's clean. And then I'll just put the sides back on the pellet heater and we're done. Okay, the fun bit, getting the cap off the little T-pipe there on the flue to clean it out. There's 3 screws on it, so I'll pop them off first. Alright, that was fun, not. Finally got it off, and you can see the ash there that was on the cap when it came out. There'll be more up in the flue, but most of it's going to be, you know, stuck to the side, so I'll get my brush in a minute and get it out. Right, so give it a good clean, and that's quite a bit. I'll weigh it up in a minute, but I use a flue brush that comes on this sort of extendable rod, and it's really handy. You can push it up there, but that's all clean, and I'll weigh it, and that's a lot of bloody ash. Alright, it's all back together. Time to put in some pellets. So it's running a bit low, I think. But the whole point of this video is just to show you that, you know, it's not hard to give a pellet heater a nice deep clean, and by no means was this a complete sort of walkthrough. There's a few things I could have done, but again, it's just to show you it's not too hard. If you don't want to do it yourself, that's fine, get a service, but that's the importance of getting it cleaned, all the ash in there. Alright, thanks for watching.